And we're back in Wyoming. There's Devil's Tower. About an hour in that direction is South Dakota, of which I am an official resident. Yes, I have my driver's license. I had to surrender my Washington State driver's license because now I am an official resident of South Dakota. Now, in my previous video, I kind of gave some tips and tricks how to get that driver's license. In this video, how do you actually transfer your vehicles to South Dakota? Because I'm going to be honest with you, if you're traveling all over the states with your vehicles, you probably don't want to get insurance at a place of residence like Washington State. The insurance rates are twice as much, the tabs are horrible, the taxes. South Dakota is the way to go. Now, we went to Deadwood, which is a cute little touristy place. There's a lot of gambling and slot machines there, but if you spend the day going to the DMV and then also getting some lunch, that's the way to go. Now, Deadwood has the DMV for Lawrence County, so you will have to go there if you're getting your residency or you reside in, for example, Spearfish, which I chose. Choose South Dakota or choosesd.com to actually have my mailbox and my residence here in Spearfish. Now, when you show up to the DMV, you're gonna need quite a bit of paperwork. You're gonna need your title of your vehicles. Some people lose that title. You probably already have your registration, but your title is something to actually prove that you, and maybe even your spouse, you might have to travel here with your spouse, make sure that he or she also has some form of identification. That spouse doesn't necessarily need to be a South Dakota resident, but if they're listed on the title, it's gonna be a hard sell to prove that you're transferring these vehicles here when you're the only one representing. They're like, oh, who's this other person? So also be sure to have your bill of sale. Now, we bought our cars years ago using cash at a dealership in Washington, which is now out of business, probably because of the politics. Anyway, they did not actually give us a bill of sale, or if they did, to prove how many taxes we paid in Washington, I don't know where that went. So on one of our vehicles, we had proof of how much taxes we paid to Washington, but if you don't have that proof, you're gonna have to pay like 4% on the Kelley Blue Book value of your vehicle, which can be anywhere from a couple $100 if you've got junkers like our cars, dents all over them, but they're paid off. Yay, Dave Ramsey. But you do need to actually prove that you paid taxes. If not, it's no big deal. They might just send you a bill later after you register your vehicles at the DMV. We also got a personalized license plate, which is pretty cool. And so it's gonna take about, she said 10 to 14 weeks for our plates to actually show up in the mail. But right now they gave us temporary tags. I paid a couple $100 using a credit card. You can't use out-of-state checks. Run a bunch of checks for that. There was a surprise sign that said, no, you can't do that, but that's okay. Actually, I think I paid cash. Bring a bucket load of cash. But if in doubt whether or not this is current advice, I would recommend actually calling them. They're pretty quick to answer the phone, the DMV, not the licensing place. They are wholly understaffed and have very little personality there. They are straight up Raws from Monsters, Inc. They really are. But the DMV, where you register your vehicle in Deadwood, they are fantastic, and they will answer the phone and make sure that you have all of your paperwork before you buy a plane ticket and you rent a car and you drive all the way to Deadwood, South Dakota. So that is how you go about registering your vehicles. I hope you save lots of money on taxes as long as you are keeping your nose clean and you are paying your fair share of taxes, but not a penny more if you can help it.